Hi, everyone, and welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Corbin Stanley, and I have the honor of serving as the chairman of the board of directors for the Michigan chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I hope you enjoyed that video. We were so happy and excited to premiere a promotional video for the Out of the Darkness Michigan experience that will be happening on September 26th. We're calling it My Experience, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on tonight. But first, I want to talk a little bit more about My Hope. This is something we teased a little bit last week, and it's something we wanted to talk about a little bit more today. So My Hope is something that we've been talking about as a chapter over the last couple months. As we know, it's been a tough couple months filled with some stress and anxiety and uncertainty around everything happening. And what this means is that our work is more important than ever, but it also means that we can do more to connect with ourselves, to connect with one another, to build up our communities, and to create a culture that's smart about mental health and suicide prevention. My Hope is meant to be sort of a state of mind, and we're hoping that we can bring the state together around My Hope. My hope personally is that we can build a world without suicide, that we can create a culture that's smart about mental health and suicide prevention, and that we can unite as a state as one strong collective voice for change in the fight against suicide. So that's what My Hope is all about. And I'm honored tonight to be joined by our area director, Ann Perry. And so Ann, I'll turn the time over to you a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit more about what we're doing to engage our communities and our team captains in the fight against suicide?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Corbin. And hello, everyone. I know you've probably seen on our Facebook page a lot of various events popping up, especially these captivations. And you might be thinking, what the heck is a captivation? So we're here to kind of break that down. While we are unable to gather in the typical format that we're used to in our walks, one thing that we still wanted to do was find ways to connect with all of you. So we created these team captain activations, or shortened captivations, which we will be hosting in various cities throughout the state, typically around where we had existing walks before. So you'll see that here's some upcoming ones. We have a bunch already lined up, from Traverse City all the way to Clinton Township, Grand Rapids, Ann Arbor. And then the following week, we have some more. We go to the next slide. There we go. Oakland, Livingston, Ann Arbor again, Pontiac, Downriver. And this is just through the end of the month. We have more cities and more captivations locations that'll be popping up next month as well. And what you can expect at these events is they're basically a way to connect with some of our local volunteers, the leaders who have been working so hard to join together and create My Experience, and who have worked on your walks in the past. And you can also connect with other team captains. And we will have some great items for you guys. We put together some really cool kits. So activities will vary depending on which captivation you go to, but some of them will be an honor bead pickup. You can pick up beads for yourself and for everyone in your team to be able to bring back and wear during My Experience on the 26th. We have a great My Hope flower pot kit where you can plant some seeds we'll give you. And we have a little My Hope decal that goes on there to create your garden of hope. We'll be handing out community resources, some sponsor resources. There's just a lot of really cool stuff going on. And as I said, we'll have more, as we go along. So all the details for these captivations that are currently on our Facebook page can be found under the events tab. So make sure that you're liking our Facebook page, and then you're going to go over to that left-hand side of your Facebook page. You'll see our events tab, and then all of these captivations will be listed there. And as we have details, we'll be rolling out more for September as well. You'll have full times and where you can find everybody and what exactly those captivations will be. So we're really excited to still be out in our community. We miss tabling. We miss interacting with all of you, just as I'm sure you do as well. So we're grateful to be able to have this way to do that and to still connect with all of you. So other people are welcome. It's not only limited to team captains. And we do hope that you'll find one near you and join us for one of these great events.
Yeah, thank you, Ann. It's really something we're hoping to do to kind of engage our communities in a way that's safe, but in a way that still builds up communities and make sure that we can still connect with one another. What are some other events that we have coming up to kind of engage our communities?
So we also have launched something called the Tour of Hope, which we piloted in Traverse City a couple of weeks ago as a way to deliver some hope right to your doorstep. So there will be exclusive items that are listed. And I think our next one is coming up in Grand Rapids, which will be next Tuesday on the 25th. So between now and then, you can log onto our chapter page and send us a message. You'll see the menu, I should say. You should go back to that Tour of Hope post, which we will actively be sharing, and we'll share over email as well. And these will be exclusive items like our yard signs that we had made. And we've got some really cool stuff coming too that you can't typically find on our store that we'll be selling. Some great team captain packs filled with things that you can bring back to your team as well. And you pay securely over PayPal, just like we did our merchandise sale that we had through our campus walks. But it's all safe and secure. We handle it through PayPal, and then you pay via an invoice, and then we deliver the goodies right to your doorstep. So we're really excited. And as we go, we're going to be listing some other cities that will be on our Tour of Hope, similar to like a rock concert tour. We'll hope to hit a lot of different cities near you. So stay tuned for a full list of cities for that throughout the next 5 weeks. And then I should also mention, Corbin you mentioned about safety. That is definitely something that is a top priority for all of us. These deliveries in our Delivery of Hope will be contact us delivery, so we'll just leave it on your doorstep. And then for all of our captivations, we will have masks and gloves. We ask that you also wear masks and practice social distancing, and we'll have plenty of hand sanitizer to go around as well.
Just a shout out to Kate on Facebook. She has moved to South Carolina, but is still helping us out with my experience in all of our events. So in addition to getting some information, feel free to comment any questions or anything you have. And then I know we have some other events we want to talk about too.
Yeah, we're also experimenting in this virtual space because this is where we're all, existing in right now. So one thing that we did launch was our My Yoga series. We had a very successful My Mindfulness event in July. So from that, we branched this idea to engage with yogis from all across the state. So we're very lucky to have 5 different yoga instructors agree to come on and help us with this series. So every Saturday, we started last Saturday, so there are 4 more classes through September 16th, excluding Labor Day weekend. You can log on, and it's from 10 to 11 with a different instructor, basic yoga practice. So serious yogis are welcome. If you're new, you're welcome. But it's a great way. It's a $65 fee for all of the classes. And I should say that on September 12th, we're adding in a little extra love for Suicide Prevention Week. So we'll have a self-care element to that week's class as well. And we're recording them. So if you know ahead of time you're going to miss a class, don't worry, because we'll be mailing it to you later so you can keep these and have for later. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. And we have a couple other things up our sleeves, nothing that's totally in stone yet. One thing we are working on is a drive-in fundraiser. And again, details coming soon for that, but we're very excited about that. And I think on September 1st, we're also going to do a virtual donor drive tutorial to walk people through how to really take advantage of Captain Central and various items that are right at your disposal that you might not know about. So we've got a lot of tricks, and we honestly could not do this. This is, Corbin mentioned a collective voice for change. That's with all of you, but that's also in partnership from all of our walk teams that came together. And this idea for One Experience wouldn't have been possible. This whole behind it wouldn't have happened had everyone not been on the same team. So from downriver to Traverse City to Detroit, we have 9 community walks that would have taken place this fall, and instead we're coming together for this great experience that really would not have happened if everybody hadn't been on board. So a huge shout out to all of our walk chairs, all of our walk committees who have just been amazing and so creative and coming up with these captivations and helping to plan for My Experience. And the details behind what to expect for My Experience, we don't want to share too much right away because we're still working out some details, but we can honestly tell you it's going to be like nothing that you've seen. This isn't just a get out and walk. We plan on engaging various cities throughout the state. We're going to be coming live from different areas. We're going to have shout outs. We're going to have a lot of different ways in which we can engage with all of you throughout the day. So it's going to be a lot of experiences in one experience. So a lot of things leading up to it. And then as we have more of a schedule for the day, we'll let you know, but don't want to let the cat out of the bag with too much. But as Corbin mentioned, it is more important now than ever before for us to continue on with our work. And, the whole idea behind My Hope is that we hope for a better tomorrow, and we need to keep doing this work in order to make that happen. So this is some of our lovely board members, and it is my hope and all of your hope, my hope that one day on September 26th, we will have this one experience as one Michigan together to fight suicide.
Yeah, so there's so many ways that everybody can engage in these events in the next few weeks as we lead up to My Experience on September 26th. So we encourage you to share your stories using hashtag My Experience, hashtag My Hope, and hashtag AFSP Michigan over the next several weeks as we lead up to My Experience across all of our social media channels. Engage in the Tour of Hope, in the Team Captivations, in the My Yoga event, and keep an eye out on all of our social media pages. And again, we're so excited to bring together the state. On one day, we're going to unite as one Michigan in the My Experience to fight suicide. So thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. And again, keep an eye out on our social media channels and on your email for updates as we head toward our event on September 26th.
Thank you all.